The link. Okay, we're live now.
So
Okay.
this is different because I can't add people.
Yeah, I'll have to add them. So
yeah, but in mine, I just was able to type their name. Oh, you can add them.
Yeah, I can add them right there.
Yeah.
So I'm going to send you. I'm going to email you a link so you can send it to Gabe. Or I'll text it to you. What's Gabe's phone number?
Gabe's phone number is.
I'm going to text him something.
201 665 4535.
4535. Gabe, the entire world now knows your phone number because we're broadcasting live. Okay. Okay. See if you can get in there. Are you in? Are you in mine now?
No, I haven't received an invite.
You didn't get an invite? Hit the bell. See the bell up top?
Okay.
No? Strange. Right, let me invite you again. Invoice. Click. Invite. Click the bell. There you go. Can Gabe see us now?
Mine untitled is warming up. I'm still on untitled.
You're still getting in there. Okay. I got the cameraman in it. I got my control room in it. Let's see what else I got.
Okay, I'm warming up. Join, right?
There you are. See you.
Hey, okay. It did.
There you go. Okay. That. Oh, now, I don't have any of those extra apps that you have. Like the Q&A app.
That's weird. Maybe.
Remote desktop.
Okay, Gabe can see us in the audience.
He can see us now. Okay, good. So he's not in there. That's perfect then. Okay. So I don't have any of those applications that you had popped up in yours. Weird. Okay, so we're in. All right, so I need addresses of all these people. So we got Kate Baker, right? She's in. Baker, she's right here. Okay, she's in my second. Heads up, they're all going to get it. Where is my Kaminsky that's in my circle?
Don't forget the jazz man.
Oh.
So here's what Gabe sees. Just your face. He doesn't see me.
I didn't see because. Oh, are you on? Oh, it's because your mic's muted.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
I go in the other room.
Let me try that. What's Kaminsky again? Let me just get those email addresses and then we'll switch them up.
I just have his NJA,
Okay.
but he's in my circle, or he.
No, I'll just invite him. Let's see. Anything we're going to go with NJE that works?
Here's his stuff. No, he sent me this. Verizon. Invite them both.
I can only invite someone.
So the last one besides the Jasmine.
One, two, three, four, five, 6, 7, 8. We can get one more. I'll try now. Okay, everybody's been invited. All right, you want to try another room then?
Yeah, I'll run to another one.
Okay. Kaminsky's in. Baker's in. Not far, Jim. Mike.
Hello.
Hey, Mike right there. How you doing, Mike?
Good.
Hey, Kate.
Hello.
Okay, so we're broadcasting right now, just to see if we have it working. And we have one of our, I don't know what Gabe did. Jim said he's like an intern or something. We Gabe there. Hi, Ani.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good.
All right. So Jim's going to be in a second. Oh, there he is. Thomas. Thomas, can you hear us? There you are. How you doing? Oh, he's muted. Did I mute him?
Yeah, there's a mute there. Uh-oh. App did not load. What the heck?
Okay, Mike, I think we have just about everybody here. You want to get started?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Well, welcome to our practice hangout, everyone, and thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day and the last days of your summer vacation to be with us. I know most of you I've met, but to those of you I haven't, I'm Jim Boyce, field representative here at NJA, and Mike Richards and I came up with an idea about a month ago to host this hangout, and it's the first one we've ever done, so thanks for your patience. Well, it's the first one we've ever done at NJA. Mike has done and participated in a lot of hangouts through his work with EdCamp. So we wanted to see if we could put a hangout together for our members on an evening in the fall and have them come and hang out with you, the experts, to hear about what your locals are doing around evaluation. And it looks like everyone is here except Mike, the Jersey Jazzman. I don't see him, and I don't see Patrick Manahan, our field rep from Region 5. Any ideas?
No.
I saw Patrick this morning, and I was trying to help him get straightened out. But he's at the office, and I'm at home, so.
Hey guys, do I keep? Does my screen keep bouncing on you? You see my head, then somebody else's head, then my head, somebody else's head.
I only see your head. It's whoever's talking is whose face we see on the screen.
Yep.
Because it keeps bouncing for me. So Kate, like when you started talking, you popped up, and then it was me, and then it was you, and then it was me, and then it was you. It's kind of disorienting. Anybody else getting that?
Your microphone could be picking up extra sound.
That's what I'm thinking.
So it's always a good practice to mute your microphone when you're not talking, but then you just have to remember to unmute it when you are talking.
Right.
Good point.
Okay.
Hey,
So there's our first lesson then. So we'll so when we're doing our panel, if you're not talking, you know, mute your mic.
How do you do that? I don't even know how to do that.
And
So,
there
if you look at
is
the very
Mike
top-
Mannion. Hi, Mike. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Hey, before we get any further, we should introduce ourselves to each other. But first, everybody give a wave. We have a member out in the audience just watching us, checking it out. His name is Gabe. Gabe, I always butcher your last name, Tanglau. He is a teacher in Bergenfield, and he was a Spark, and he's currently a part of the NJA Apprentice Program. Everybody give a nice wave to Gabe and say thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Gabe, thanks for coming.
And I'll ask Gabe to take a picture of us that we can all make our profile pictures. How's that sound? Or at least me. Maybe not. So why don't we go around and introduce ourselves? Mike, do you want to go next and introduce yourself?
Sure. I'm Mike Ritzius. Jim and I work together here at NJEA headquarters. I'm the Associate Director of Professional Development Instructional Issues, and I'm kind of the resident geek, which is why I'm here.
Who wants to go next?
I'll go next.
Okay.
I'm Mike Mannion, and I am from Central Regional. I'm the president there. What else do you want me to say?
And Mike, that's whatever you want. This is totally informal, but that brings up a good point for the real panel that we're going to plan the date of today. It's something we should think about how we want to introduce ourselves, and just tell them who we are. Probably where you teach, what you teach, and your position in the local would be great. So, Mike, I think you hit on all that except what you teach.
Yes, I teach English 12th grade.
Thanks, Mike. Hi.
You're welcome.
All right, I'll give it a shot. Hello? Oh, okay, yeah, okay. So I'm Mike Kaminsky. I'm a consultant in Region 5, Burlington County. I'm also the local president in Delran, where I teach history to high school students, mostly juniors and seniors.
Hi, Mike. It is nice to see you.
Thanks, and I see Patrick joined us too.
Yeah, hey, Patrick.
Hey, how's it going?
Patrick, why don't you go next and introduce yourself?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I am Patrick Manahan. I'm a field rep in Region 5, Burlington County, and I was invited to come hang out.
Hi, Patrick. Welcome.
Thank you.
Hey, Tom, do you want to go next?
Yeah, sure. I'm Tom Stelling. I'm a chemistry teacher at Kingsway Regional High School, and I'm their local president as well. I've been working with Al Beaver in Region 2 on our detailed data analysis.
Awesome. And I've heard a lot about that, and I'm sure we'll hear a lot about that in a couple minutes. Woohoo! And
I'll go next.
great.
Yes, all right. I'm Ani McHugh. Am I showing up on the screen? I still see you, Jim. I'm Ani McHugh. I teach English at Delran High School, 9th, 10th, and 12th. And I do the social media site, Facebook for DEA. And I also have a blog.
It's TeacherBiz31, right?
Biz.wordpress.com, yes.
Great. Welcome. Thank you. And Catherine, I think you're last but not least.
Yeah, call me Kate. Only my birth certificate has Catherine on it. But I'm Kate Baker. I teach 9th and 12th grade English at Southern Regional High School. I'm also on our evaluation response team, and I'm an ed tech enthusiast. So I also have a blog too. But I talk all about like integrating technology for not just my classroom, but professional development too.
Thanks, Kate. Thanks for being here with us. So everyone, what I'm doing here is I'm making notes that we're going to use when we do the real hangout for members. And my first note was to come up with an order that we're going to introduce ourselves by and get that to everybody ahead of time. I think we'll do just alphabetical order.
Actually, Jim, I started a shared notes. If people who are new to Hangouts, if you hit the Google Drive app on the left-hand side of your screen, actually, let me hit screen share and see if you can actually see what's going on mine. Okay. You guys see my screen now?
Oh, there it is.
I saw it at one point.
Okay. On the left-hand side here, can you see the menu bar?
Yep.
Okay, you want to choose Google Drive. If you don't see Google Drive, there's the 3 dots at the bottom, and it'll be under there. If you click Google Drive, you'll see the shared notes pop up. We can all enter into those notes. So if ideas come up as we're talking, we can just throw that into a shared note. You guys in there?
I'm trying to load it up. The screen.
Bonnie's in. Okay.
Yeah, so you got to click the little blue show notes or whatever it is, or Hangouts.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so now we can take collaborative notes, and everybody will have them in their Google Drive accounts when we're done today. So they'll just be there, and they'll be up to date and up to speed for everyone.
Awesome. Thanks, Mike.
Okay.
You just made my job easier.
Okay. The other thing we should do for pregame before we actually start our hangout, you'll see Tom found it, and I have it on mine too. The little banner that has our names. To get to the banner, you'll see something that looks like a med kit. It's got the Hangout logo and a screw or a wrench right there, a little red box. If you click on the Hangout toolbox, I'll click on it here. You click on the little head in the circle, and it'll allow you to add a banner. So you can put your name on there, and you can put your role on there. If you have a logo for your local, you can throw that in. That'll be kind of cool. Jim and I might try and get some NJEA ones for the staff people. And then you can upload those and identify yourself. So people know who you are when you're talking during the on-air hangout.
Mike, do you see mine popping up? Because I've enabled it in my Hangout toolbox, but it's not showing on my screen, so I don't know if you guys can see my lower third.
Do you see the little? I don't see it on you, Kate.
No.
I see Jim's. I see Tom's. But did you hit the on button in the top right-hand side?
Yeah, I hit the on button. I even did like auto load last user, last lower, and I don't know. I'll have to play with it some more.
Okay. Some of that stuff gets funny. Right? And then there's the screen share button, which is probably our next important button when we're actually doing the Hangout. So if you have something you want to show to the audience, you can load it up on a tab in your screen and hit the screen share button, and it will kick it over to everyone as we're going through the Hangout. So I'm going to turn screen share off right now because I don't need to show you anything else. There, and I'm back. And that's those are the things that we should take a look at during pregame. So if you have stuff that you want to share during your section of the panel discussion, preload that. I'll put that into our list too. So you should have it booted up behind the window or in an extra tab in your browser.
Sorry, I ran away for a moment.
Okay, looks like everybody's taking pictures of us, huh?
I think that was Mike Mannion sent me a smile app there.
Everybody's snapping shots.
So Mike, is there any more technical pieces we should go over before we really start talking content?
I think. Oh, one more technical piece. You'll see did you guys see the chat?
Yeah, the chat icon, right?
So the chat icon's the blue one up top. Actually, let me go back to screen share. So the chat icon is this blue one up here in the top left corner. If you give that a click, you'll see I put a link in the chat. Right? And that's to today's meet. That's how we're going to run the conversation with the group outside of the Hangout. So Jim or I, it'll probably be me doing this part of the Hangout. I'll manage the Q&A section. All right, so people can throw their questions and comments into today's meet, and as they pop up, I can copy and paste side if somebody wants to follow up, or I can feed them to Jim, and Jim can just ask the question on behalf of someone in the audience. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. So we're going to use today's meet for audience participation.
Right, and Jim, you have Gabe on text right now?
I do. I just asked him if he's able to see the chat.
You don't want him to see the sidebar chat.
Yeah, I just asked him that. He wrote just now, looks awesome on my phone. I'm looking to see if I can watch it on my computer. So he's switching to his
Okay.
So, Mike, and any other little technical points you want to point out or discuss?
So that's it. Those are the technical parts that we need to discuss. So let's. I'll turn it over to Jim so we can start talking content.
Yeah. So Mike and I, our roles, and Patrick. Well, Mike and I really, our roles are to moderate the discussion, feed questions to you from the audience, and just make sure everybody is able to speak up. It's really a hangout for you to share your expertise and advice to members. This is the kind of thing that's going to be marketed from field reps to local presidents to local evaluation committees and members, and you know, there may even be a link through the Facebook page of NJEA and the Twitter. So hopefully we have a sizable audience that night, and we will pick a date that works for everybody before we log off. But yeah, our role is really just to moderate and keep the discussion going. I sent out a perspective agenda just from my ideas, and Mike, maybe I can try to screen share here. So I will try to screen share of Word file. Let's see here. Screen share Word. Start screen share. Is everybody able to see my screen?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So this is the agenda I sent out maybe a month or so ago, just some prospective places where we could go. Again, it's all subject to change, and it's up to you how you think would be the best way to promote this. So anyway, there were 3 or 4 discussion topics. The first one, how did you start organizing around evaluation efforts in your local? Then drilling down into that a little more, how did you get a data collection team started, and what has your team done? And I know Tom can certainly speak to a lot of that, and Mike. And drilling down some more, are you collecting members' observations? I know, Mike, you're doing that in Delran, I think. And then how have you reached out to the community with the standardized showing? And I know Ani can speak to that a great deal with the standardized showings. And then I wasn't sure if we do questions from the audience as we go, or do we wait till the end to do questions? I'm not sure how that might work. So what I'll do is I'll cut and paste this into the Google Drive document. How does that sound? Mike Ritzius took a picture. So I'll put this in the... So and any thoughts on that agenda, or how you think it might work?
I think that agenda is fine. Those are all good questions and good topics. So,
And this is open for the group to discuss too. So these questions aren't set in stone. So if you feel there's a different direction that we want to go in, please suggest those. And Jim, if you could copy and paste those questions into the doc that we shared, just so we have everything in front.
Yep. Yep, the questions are in the doc on the Google Drive. I just put them in.
And so my recommendation is, actually, how many people here have ever served on a panel before? Ever do panel discussions before? Anyone ever do a panel discussion before? No?
I have through Adobe Connect.
Never
I
on.
have, oh, Mike.
Yeah, I'm sorry?
I have been on a panel as well, sorry.
Yeah, okay. So we should do a little bit of planning ahead of time. So it will probably be helpful in the notes to flesh out just the broad ideas that we want to touch on, each of us personally. So Kate, you would, for example, say, Kate will talk about and whatever it is your big ideas are, and then Ani will say, Ani will talk about whatever the big ideas are. And this will help us kind of prepare some of the discussion so we don't get some dead time in the panel, because that's a killer for the audience when they're trying to watch the discussion as we go. Make sense?
Yeah. Sounds good.
Makes sense. So, okay, so any more thoughts on Mike or the agenda or anything you want to mention about that? And again, if you think of something between now and the date we're going to set, we can certainly kick it around through the Google Drive or by email too.
Everybody has access to the document that I shared. I would recommend that we start the planning in there first, and we have one more touch base meeting before the actual event, just so everybody's comfortable and they have a basic idea of where we're going to go with it, and then and that should be good. Jim, one last thing. Can you take that Today's Meet link that I shared and send it to Gabe, see if he can get into the Today's Meet?
So you shared that where?
In the chat.
In the chat. Okay.
First in the chat.
The first one, todaysmeet.com, Hangout Practice? Yeah.
Yep.
I'll send that over to Gabe.
Hey, Mike, underneath each of the questions on that Google Doc, do you want us to put maybe our names or something of what we can talk about the most? Because we've at Southern already gotten started with the data collection, so we're using Google Forms and spreadsheets, so I can talk a lot about numbers 3 and 4, but we haven't gotten quite yet to the point of reaching out to our general community. Oh, and I wanted to ask about that too. Who were you all thinking of in regards to community? Was it our membership, or were we talking about larger community or community in the town?
Well, this is really trying to capture what you guys are doing. And so I really like the idea of putting what you've spent a lot of time on and where your expertise is. That'll help us avoid some redundancy. And if community for you means reaching out to your faculty members, then talk about that. But maybe community for Tom means reaching out to the parents in his community, or it means reaching out to the administrators, or maybe community for Ani means reaching out to the broader community of Delran, not just the parents, but the businesses and whatnot too. So it all depends on what's specific to your group. So really, we don't want to talk in hypotheticals with regards to this. We want to talk about our experiences, what we've done, what we've accomplished. We want concrete things for people right now. Because we want to show that there are specific things that we can do, and these are the people who are doing them. Not, well, we could try this, or you could try that, and then people start to push back and say, oh, you're just not in reality, because it's so much work, or it's above our heads. So it's a lot more beneficial to wheel out people who are actually doing stuff and share that specific stuff that they're doing. We can show them that yes, this is possible, and that we are getting this type of success from it, that sort of thing.
Any thoughts on those words from Mike?
I think Mike is right on in that every local is different and every community is different. But ultimately, once we get our members organized internally around evaluations with the local evaluation committees, we do need to reach out to parent groups. Last night, Mike Kaminsky and I were in Willingboro, and we had a first meeting with a group of parents, and when testing was brought up, it was amazing how it's like we hit a nerve that they agreed with and they connected to. and so war's going to come of that. But nothing's going to happen unless we take the time to reach out.
Sounds good, Patrick. By the way, Patrick, Mike and I asked you to be on this hangout just for your expertise as a field rep. If we get a question about something that has legal ramifications, or just any place where your expertise as a field rep would apply, we thought it would be a good idea to have you here on the call.
Not a problem.
It never is. Woohoo! So So we've looked at the agenda. Everyone seems happy with the agenda. How do we handle questions from the audience when they come in? Do we take them as they come in? If they're on a certain topic we're discussing, do we wait till the end to have them all thrown out? Any ideas on that?
What might work with that is if we use the chat function. That way we're not all talking over each other, but we can indicate in chat if we have an answer to an audience member's question.
Oh, great idea. So when an audience member's question comes in to Mike or I, we'll post it in the chat, and then all of us can just take a glance at that, and whoever thinks they have a good answer to that can speak up.
Are you going to moderate it and call us by name?
Yes. So in order to introduce a question to the group, Mike or I would say, "Oh, we just had a question from Cool Teacher 1984. They wrote, how can I start a showing of the movie Standardized in my town?" So And before that, we will put it up on the chat, and Ani will say, "I can handle that one." So then Mike or I would say, "Ani, do you have any thoughts on that?"
Yeah.
So that way, yes, you do. So that way, it sounds a little more seamless. Great. So that's something I think we should add to the Google Drive somewhere.
How come I'm not seeing whoever's talking? I'm just seeing Jim voice the whole time. It was bouncing around, but which is not a problem. But I was bouncing around back and forth. Whoever was talking would go up on the screen. Is that happening to anybody else or no? I mean, it doesn't really matter. I can just click on whoever.
Chris mentioned at the beginning that if you're not the one talking,
right,
that we should be hitting the mute button, because sometimes it will pick up keystrokes, or if you have a dog barking in the background, it'll pick that up. And apparently there's some kind of noise in this office that I'm in. Mike just keeps picking up, which is why I kept bouncing in the beginning. So if we're not talking, if it's not your turn, hit that mute button, and it'll stop that bouncing from happening.
It's not.
But when is that not supposed to happen? Because as you're talking, Mike, you're still a small picture at the bottom of the screen, and I'm just seeing Jim at the top. I mean,
it should be. So did it change now that Jim hit mute?
No.
It didn't.
Still Jim. At the beginning of I don't mind Jim, really. At the beginning of the call, it was, like whoever was speaking was the big picture, and now that's not happening. I don't know. I don't need to tie up. I can play around with it later.
You guys click on Jim's head.
Same for me, Ani.
If you click on the person at the bottom, there's like right now I just clicked on Ani.
Maybe it's my connection.
Avatar, and she has a white box around her name, and so that means I want to focus on just Ani, and so she will be in my camera. So now the only thing I see right now is Ani. Now if I click on Jim, the white box leaves Ani's avatar down at the bottom, and it goes to Jim, and now all I see is Jim in my thing. So if you have somebody down there with a white box around them, it means you selected them. And if you click on them again, you'll unselect them, and it should move for you.
Gotcha. Thanks.
Okay.
How do we turn the white box off? How do we turn it off anyone, just to see whoever's talking?
Click on whoever it's on, and then it'll go off. That's what I wasn't doing.
Look, you're on a Google.
I don't want to.
Hey, look, everybody, it's Linda Sachs.
Hey, Linda.
Hey, Linda.
Morning.
And
All right, thanks.
Yeah, we've had some incidences doing Google Hangouts where somebody's spouse will go walking through in like a towel. You know, it's always fun in the background. So make sure if you're broadcasting from home on Hangout night, make sure you have a wall behind you, not the rest of your house.
I'm not wearing any pants right now.
That's a violation.
That's a little TMI there. Hey, so before we talk about a date where we want to do this live, wait, we need to set 2 dates, right? We need to set another trial run date, right, Mike? You'd like to do another trial run? Is that okay with everyone if we just do another trial run for another half hour or so, maybe sometime in September? Would that work for everybody? I see some nodded heads, some thinking.
Sure.
General consensus seems to be that's okay. And then we'll pick the date for the real hangout that we're going to advertise to members. From what I've heard from some of our staff here involved in politics who do phone surveys of members, that 7 o'clock on Monday night seems to be the ideal time to catch people at home, or where people may have the most availability. How does that sound to everybody? If we picked a Monday night maybe in October at 7 o'clock, any thoughts to the contrary on that? Any concerns about that? No. Patrick, maybe?
As long as the Bears aren't playing, I'm good.
Oh, I didn't think of that. Monday Night Football. I didn't think of that. That may be that may keep some audience members away, huh?
No, it doesn't start till like what, 8:30?
Okay.
We could have our own pregame show.
By 9 o'clock they'll be losing, so it won't matter.
What are we shooting for? We're shooting for an hour of this?
Yeah, I would think 45 minutes to an hour would be ideal.
Okay. With this many people, that's going to be tight. That means we have to be really succinct with the things that we want to talk about and share. So planning is going to be critical here.
Okay. So how do we facilitate that so we're on point? Mike?
You mean how do we keep to time?
Yeah, how do we time it out?
So that's where the planning is really going to come in. So between now and our next dry run, we should probably take some. And some people have already started doing this. Great. Take some time to flesh out what you want to say and practice it a little bit just to make sure that it fits within the time slot. So we want to make sure we're not being very wordy. And then if we have an instance where somebody's kind of going overtime, we can use the chat down the side and give them
okay.
it up. So that can be helpful there too. Yeah, I think the chat should be good enough. Gabe couldn't see the chat on his computer, right?
Gabe, so far I haven't heard back from him. So
in the today's meet, let me ask him.
Oh, wait, he just wrote back, I can type in the today's meet. So he's typing somewhere. Are you seeing something?
A couple messages from him.
Okay.
Let me ask him if he can see the... Well, actually, I can just ask you, Gabe, because you're watching. Can you see the chat in the Hangout, not the today's meet? Can you just reply in today's meet? It might take him a second. So you can see the Hangout chat where all of us were chatting with each other on the side. So he said, yes, I can.
Oh, he can see the Hangout chat.
Oh, so we got to be careful with that one.
Wait, if he's watching, is he watching through YouTube or is he watching through Google? Because if we're doing a live show, it should be broadcasted through YouTube, so then you would give him the YouTube link to just watch it through YouTube.
That's the link that I gave him. So when you hit the links down at the bottom right-hand side, Kate, where it says YouTube page or video embed, I gave him the YouTube link, and that's how he's watching us right now.
And he still can see the chat?
I don't know. Gabe? He said, yes, I can, when I asked that question.
Right.
No, not the Hangout, he said. Okay, thanks, Gabe. So he can't see the Hangout chat. All right, we're good.
Okay, we're good. Woo!
Okay.
Woo-hoo!
Yeah, I didn't think he should be able to see that. Like, he should be able to see today's meet with no problem, but the Hangout chat, he shouldn't see at all.
Right. So maybe we want to make a s'more page for us. Kate, have you ever done s'more pages before?
No, I haven't done more pages yet.
All right. I've never made one either, but the group that did this when we were working with Grant used it, and it was really nice because you can embed the video right into the s'more page, and it has a little rundown of everything that we want to talk about. So we don't even need to give them the YouTube link. They don't, and I kind of don't want them on YouTube because we might get a troll or two in there making comments in YouTube, and we don't really want that. But the s'more page will let us have the link to we'll embed the video for the Hangout and then the link for today's meet, and people can just go right to it. And that lets us track how many clicks there have been. It gives us some analytics and whatnot. So that's kind of nice too.
Yeah, the s'more is a great idea. I want to learn how to use it, but I haven't done it yet.
So we will make a s'more, and we'll use that for advertising purposes. We can make it nice and graphic and pretty too. And then we can also put links to additional stuff. So if there are things that you guys want to share with people, if there are documents and stuff you want to share, send it on over to us, and we'll throw it into a Google Drive folder, and then we'll throw a link on the s'more page for that too, and then people can download things and just use them.
So Kate asked a question about 7 o'clock is tough for people with families, but she's able to make it work. So thank you, Kate, for that. And Kate also asked about publicizing this. So my thoughts were to certainly let our field reps know the date and give them a link or instructions to the s'more. So the field reps can see, and then the field reps can turnkey that to local leaders within their locals. And then I was thinking we could ask Patrick Rumaker to put this on the Facebook page and the NJA Twitter feed also to just get the word out. And any other thoughts on marketing or advertising or?
I think, can we leverage some of the blogs and personal Twitter accounts too, and Facebook accounts? So, Ani, would you mind throwing that up on TeacherBiz and Kate tweeting it? And I don't know, the rest of you guys on social media?
Sure. Yep. That works.
Yeah, that's easy. I can do that.
Yeah, and once the s'more is made, you can just embed it right on a blog page. It's kind of nice.
So the s'more link will be made ahead of time, so we can just share that link and say, click this link at 7 o'clock Monday, and it'll automatically take them right there. Is that it? Or
yeah.
Wow. So they don't need a Google account or anything then?
No, they won't even need to go to YouTube. They'll just hit play on the embed, and actually the embed might just start running for them once we're going.
That's great.
So that's something you and I can play with, Jim, to make sure it's working.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, and Thomas just said a sponsored post on Facebook or Twitter, so I'll make a note of that, and I will ask about a sponsored. Great idea. Any others ideas about marketing? You could share them verbally or through the chat, so we can get away from the pride discussion about the Trisha Fair pen. Okay. Well, great ideas. Do you want to pick some dates? Do you want to everybody open up their calendars and we can just talk about what works for the second practice round in maybe mid to late September? At a time that's convenient for everyone, and then we'll pick the final one. Maybe I was thinking mid to late October. I thought would be a good time to do that. And any thoughts on that?
The only date I have in October in the evening on a Monday is on the 27th.
So why don't we all look at our Monday 27th?
That works for me.
I'm good.
I'm good.
Everybody good with the 27th? Mike, how's it looking on your end?
The 27th works. So here's what we'll do, guys. We'll schedule a hangout and we'll send you an invite from Google Calendar. And once you accept the invite, all you have to do is go to your calendar, and the link will be waiting for you on the date.
Hey, Mike, I just realized something, that we have three mics here.
Well, when it comes to time to do the actual hangout, I'm going to be behind the scenes guy. So
Right.
you don't have to worry about me.
Okay, so you're not going to be in the hangout at all, Mike.
No, I'll be in the background.
Okay, so we'll have to identify Mike M and Mike K. How does that sound? Okay, great. And so it looks like, yeah, Kate, October 27th will be the real hangout that we'll be marketing members to come and watch. And now we need to pick a date for the next practice one.
There's also on, I think the weekend before the 20th, I don't know if it's on the 25th or 26th, but Patrick Rumaker's doing a social media workshop that I'm going to right before then, so maybe he can publicize it or have people who are there publicize it on their local pages.
Great idea.
I think it's the 25th. It could be, I think it would be a Saturday, right? Probably at headquarters?
Yes, Patrick Rumaker's workshop will probably be a Saturday.
Then I think it's the 25th. So right before then, that's good.
Okay, I will ask him about that. And then the practice hangout. How about mid-September, like the 16th, 17th, or 18th sometime? Just, throwing them out there. Do you want to do the evening, the late afternoon?
That might be. Do we have back to school dates yet?
Evening would be better than after school, because I know I have to go get children and whatnot. So those after school hours are always real precious.
Sure, absolutely. So, want to say maybe the 16th at like 7?
I'm bargaining that night. So, I mean, if you don't need me, it's not a big deal, but...
Well, how about the 17th, Patrick?
If we do it later in the evening, then I'm good. I have to go to the BCA rep meeting, which is around 4:30. But if we do it, if we did it around 7, then I could probably do it.
Okay.
So 7 o'clock on September 17th. Okay, Mike, see that. So 7 o'clock, September 17th, 7 o'clock. Everybody good?
I think so.
Yes.
Okay, so let me make a note of that.
I'm unable for the 17th. I'm doing something in the evening that night. But that's okay. You guys don't have to have me for that one. As long as Memphis is here.
Mike, if I would
Comfortable with it, then we can schedule another date. But I'm unable the 17th.
Well, the 17th will really just be to go through the agenda again, right? Is that so? The 17th is for more content.
Yeah.
Ani doesn't have the 17th either. So how about the 18th? Does the 18th work?
Yeah, that week is bad for me.
That's a bad week.
No, I don't. I just don't. I'm telling Mike Kaminsky that I don't know what day our back to school night is. It's usually Wednesday, I feel like, isn't it, Mike?
Oh.
That second or third week.
So,
I don't know. I could be wrong. We don't have it yet, I don't think, but that's around the time when people have them.
Well, how about the week after, the week of the 22nd? You want to look there?
I'm available on the 17th unless somebody tells me otherwise, but I mean, it's going to be hard. It's a busy month. Hard for people who, up for everybody, I guess. to find a date.
Yeah, well, maybe we should shoot for early October then, like the second week of October. The 8th or the 9th of October.
Yeah, it's fine with me. If we can avoid Thursdays, because that's usually when our back to school night is, but I don't have a date for that yet. So
Can we do Wednesday the 10th?
Wednesday, the 10th of October, Patrick.
Yes.
Oh, that's September.
That's a Friday, isn't it?
You're right. That is September. Sorry. You know what? Did you say when? The 8th of October?
The 8th of October.
Is that what you said?
Yep.
If we did it in the evening, I could do it. I have something right after school. I have a workshop right after school in a local, but we did it like around 7. I could do it.
So how about 7 o'clock on October 8th for the next practice run to talk more about the content?
Good deal.
That might be better even because it's closer to the actual one. Yeah, I think that's good.
Good. So that'll give you more time to think about what you want to say on the topics on the sample agenda and kind of outline it or flesh it out. So the time again, Tom, was 7. So 7 o'clock, October 8th for the next practice one. Great! Wow!
Okay, bye.
So, well, we talked about a lot here. We went over some technical things, and we came up with some things on the Google Drive doc for the setup, and we talked a little about the content, and we have some homework to get ready for October 8th. And we picked our dates. Any other thoughts? Anything that we forgot to address?
Let me ask, Jim, do you see, if this is successful, do you see this happening, how often do you see this happening then as an outreach?
Wow. Well, it could happen. I don't know, but I would like to see it happen about other topics, me personally. Like if I was to run one about pride or engaging members and target a different group, target pride chairs, target local presidents membership chairs. That's my goal in this is really to hope that we have more of them and also on different kind of topics.
Okay.
So I think it is going to be successful, and it's our first one, so hey, and anything can happen, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and all of you are making it happen, so thank you.
Thank you.
Hey guys, last thing we gotta ask you too. Does anybody mind if this footage is used for NJAA materials too?
Right. What happens afterwards is YouTube automatically creates a video of our conversation. So the real one we're going to run in late October, whatever date that was, October 27th. Google will automatically create a video of the Hangout that we'd like to post to one of our website pages.
Yeah, we will pull it out of YouTube. It won't be hosted in YouTube. So once we have it, we'll download it, and then we'll send it over to the video folks. They'll clean it up for us, and then we'll host it in house.
Awesome.
You get a share of the royalties, no problem.
All right, you got it.
Sure. Okay, and then Mike, we have to get with the Jersey Jazz Man to make sure he's on for the October 8th one.
Okay. Yeah, Mark's a hard one to nail down.
Yeah, he is. So, any other final thoughts for the good of the order? Well, I have one final thought. Yesterday was Gabe's birthday. He turned 30. So if everyone could wish Gabe, our audience member, a happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Gabe.
Happy birthday, Gabe.
Happy birthday.
Oh wait, it wasn't yesterday. It was 2 days ago. My apologies. So happy birthday, Gabe.
That was the 20th.
Huh?
What's that? That was my birthday too, the 20th.
Oh wow! Well, you and Gabe are soulmates. Look at that.
Oh, God.
Where did this cake come from? I mean, really.
What is that?
Yeah, you can add props and stuff too, guys, if you want to. Like, I don't want to sport my mustache.
Okay, well, that's good to know too for the real hangout. So Mike may be adding props. Who's adding those? Mike, is that you?
Yeah, there's a little thing called Google Effects that you can stick stuff in there.
Oh, there it is. So
if you say something stupid, you can be the clown.
Is there a Harry Zakarian app?
There might be
Can I get a ski hat?
It'll be a baseball cap.
There you go.
Wow.
Yeah. All right, thanks, guys.
All right. Well, I think on that note, as Mike as the mustache clown, and Mike Kaminsky also as the dog. So I just want to say on behalf of us, thanks for your time, and now Mike Ritzius is in Venice. This is getting a little out of hand now.
Get around fast here.
I think that's our cue to log off and make sure that Mike gets something to eat and some water to stay hydrated. Mike Ritzius, you're looking a little pale there.
Thanks.
But seriously, thank you so much for your time and your support, and we'll be talking by email and by the Google Doc. And next time we'll see everybody. It will be the 8th, if not before, at a great NJEA event.
All right. Take care.
Thanks everyone.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Yep, thank you.